Hi, this is Whisperer Robren. Today we'll be talking about the 12 facts about Brahma Kumaris. This is brought to you by the Robren Show, Insights into Religions. The author is Whisperer Robren. Whisperer Robren was the world's second Chinese Brahma Kumaris leader and the co-founder of BK Malaysia in 1981. He was a BK from 1979 to 1989. He's a keen observer of Brahma Kumaris since 1979 as a researcher and investigative journalist. He maintains a healthy but not hostile relationship with BK seniors as a bridge mediator between BKs and their families. Okay, this is the intro. Robren did not name this article as the 12 rights and the 8 wrongs of BKs. Why? Because what is right and what's wrong is a human belief. Because one man's belief is another man's falsehood, and one man's religious practice and habits is another's non-practice. One man's religious diet and food is another one's poison. One man's religious laws is another man's prison. And one man's religious punishment only applies to willing and or the unwilling, those who are born to a religion, those followers. So this is not applicable in secular courts. So religious laws are not the civil courts. The 12 facts about Brahma Kumaris. 1. Putting women in leadership roles in Brahma Kumaris organization is an excellent best practice. I couldn't admire it and praise it more. Number 2. Soul consciousness is a good thing, but it is impossible to practice as long as we have a human body. So similarly, there's some religions even try to impose followers not even to think with the 7 deadly vices, for instance, like lust, jealousy, anger, and all that. So, for example, in the Bible, in Matthew 5:20, verse 28 to 29, but I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman to lust after her has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, gouge it out and throw it away. This is better for you to lose one part of your body than the whole body to be thrown into hell. That's quite strong. Now, if we were to be thrown into hell for having wasteful and sinful thoughts, then all of us will certainly end up in hell. So therefore, rather than being so stressed to have only pure good thoughts, which is impossible, it is more productive to naturally transform your negative, wasteful, or sinful thoughts into positive thoughts. For example, try to transform your mind, your lustful thoughts into passion. So turn lust into passion so that will inspire your progress. Another point is Robren experienced many senior BK leaders do not actually practice soul consciousness, but in reality, some, especially BK leaders from India, practice institutional racism and prefer to install Indians in senior positions. Fact 2.2. For example, when Tom and Robert co-founded Brahma Kumaris Malaysia in May 1981, they attracted many regular students, so while servicing all races. After both Tom and Robert left Malaysia for good, many BKs gave Robert insider information that the two most senior leaders, Sister Mir from India and Brother Lachu, local Tamil Malaysian, favored Indians. So there was a case of a senior Chinese BK leader that researched and gave 25 property suggestions for a new retreat center, but were all rejected by the two senior BK leaders. So they actually chose an Indian BK's suggestion for a place in Bangi, which is actually a least desirable area for retreats, because most natural retreat places are either on a hill or by a beach or on an island. So there was alleged evidence of cover-up, of corruption and construction overcharging by the Indian who sold the Bangi property. So this happened around the 25th anniversary of BK Malaysia in around 2006. The Chinese BK leader has since left BK feeling disillusioned. Fact 2.3. You can be 100% sure that a non-Indian will never be a joint administrative head of the Brahma Kumaris world spiritual. Right now, it's all occupied by Dadi Ratan Mohini, and also Sister Jayanti and a few senior ones. Oh, this is a picture of Tom and Robert in 2006. Uh, Robert is an older name. Now I use Robren. So sometimes you see Robert, which means that was the name I was using. In fact, they used to call me Brother Robert or BK Robert. Fact number 3, this is the typical Maryadas or principles for Brahmins. So Brahma Kumaris call themselves Brahmins because they're highest caste. So there are 16 principles that regular Brahma Kumari students will follow. So fact number 3 and 4, Brahmacharya or celibacy is an admirable practice by BKs and many religious sectors. But marriage failure is the biggest downfall of Brahma Kumaris. Many spouse and family members of BK have shared their sad stories of countless marriage breakups, as BK teachings and Maryadas, which are very strict by their god Shiva Baba, require couples to behave like brother and sister rather than being husband and wife. For example, Robert's eldest brother Tom and sister Maureen Chen were split up when Tom and Robert established BK Malaysia in Bangsa Kuala Lumpur, while Maureen went to establish an English-speaking BK center in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong. Tom and Maureen were the second double foreigner. Double foreigner means foreign to India and originating from outside the earth because they come from another world, so that's why it's a double foreigner. So number 4 is vegetarianism is widely practiced by Brahma Kumaris. And but it's very strict with the Brahma Kumaris because even you cannot eat food outside by restaurants or even from your mum, because your mum may be impure and may be indulging in sex. So they're super strict. That's a very big difference between just being a vegetarian and BK vegetarianism. Fact number 5, the BKs wake up very early daily for 4 a.m. Amrit Vela meditation, which is called the hour of nectar or honey. Because of this and being at BK centers serving there in the evenings and weekends, BKs tend to have no social life outside the BK activities, and they need to sleep very early. Facts 6 to 8. Regular BKs attend daily Murli classes. Murli means the flute or the Krishna's flute at the BK Radio centers around 6 a.m. Some students may even join for the 4 a.m. meditation in the BK center. So cult experts such as myself view this as Brahma Kumaris' main brainwashing tool to indoctrinate BK teachings and strict Maryadas. Number 7, keeping good company by BKs. As the saying goes, the company you keep colors your life, which is great, which is true. You keep bad company, you colors your bad life. So cult experts view this as one of the top 3 most typical cult characteristics, that is of isolating the cult members from their physical families and friends. You can read about the 8 cult characteristic checklist and weird cult beliefs. Number 8, doing godly service at BK centers. The BK centers will push the envelope to involve as much time of their BK followers to do godly service in the form of doing 7-day courses or karma yoga chores like cooking or cleaning in the BK centers, or they are told to proselytize BK beliefs through free public talks and retreats. As a result, the families hardly see their BK family members and the children who are BKs. Fact number 9 is about finances and BK tithing and donation. At least 1/10 of annual produce or earnings are formally taken for the support of BK Brahma Kumaris World Spiritual University and its seniors. In fact, when I was the teacher staying in the center, I gave 50% of my income to the BKs because I felt I don't really need it. So, and they are told that you will get fantastic inheritance, heaven on earth, and all that. So BKs are encouraged to contribute to, are not encouraged to contribute to other charities only for BK causes. So the amount of money, assets, and property given to BKs are staggering. That is why BKs can afford to build some of the biggest assembly halls in India and in some cities in the world. For instance, the one in Shantiwan in Mount Abu, the base on Mount Abu, and also the one in on top in the headquarters Madhuban is I think it's the biggest assembly hall, which is pillarless. That means the whole is only it's all pillarless. There's not no pillars in the middle. So borrowing from other BKs are strictly prohibited. Fact number 10 to 11. 10. The end of Bab Dada's teachings and Avyak Murli. So there are two types of Murlis. So the Avyak Murlis are after the death of Brahma Baba on the 18th of January 1969. So that is when Bab Dada comes into the chariot of Daddy Guzar. Before that is called Sakar Murlis, which is before 18 January 1969, when Brahma Baba is a chariot for Shiva Baba. So only recordings of past Sakar Murlis and Avyak Murlis are repeated. There will be no new knowledge or Gyan from Bab Dada because since he's not coming back anymore since the death of the chariot. Daddy Guzar on the 11th March 2021. So 11 is going on annual pilgrimage to Madhuban, which is the Brahma Kumaris headquarters in Mount Abu, Rajasthan, India. BKs no longer can meet Bab Dada. In fact, I met Bab Dada many times, one-to-one those days, because I was the second Chinese in the world to do this. So I had many wonderful messages from Bab Dada that sustained me in my faith in this or in the faith of BKs. So BKs can no longer meet Bab Dada because he's no longer coming back. Fact number 12. Bab Dada is a twin soul, and most religious founders are twin souls. From Whisperings with Angel Brenda, most religions are founded by twin souls. For example, the soul of Christ entered the body of Jesus and established Christianity. So the Jesus Christ twin souls will reincarnate, again, as senior leaders, maybe as a pope, maybe as a bishop or something very high up to sustain the religion for the last 2,000 years. Another example is the twin souls of Gautama Buddha. The souls of Buddha, the enlightened one, entered the body of Prince Siddhartha Gautama when he claimed he was enlightened. So that's when the soul of Buddha came into the body of Prince Siddhartha. So third example is a twin soul of Angel Gabriel when appeared to Muhammad. So that is the twin souls. And the fourth and more recent, because these are all 2000 years ago, 2004 years ago. The fourth and more recent example is when the twin soul angel Boroni visited Joseph Smith on numerous occasions, beginning from September 21st in 1823, and even gave some golden tablets. Fact 12.2, Robren now realized that his joining Brahma Kumaris did not just happen by chance, by random chance. Nothing happens by chance. And from his whisperings with Angel Brenda, is given visions that as twin souls, the souls of Brenda and Robert were deeply involved at the beginning of the founding of some religions. For example, Robren can totally relate to the soul of the doubting Thomas, one of the 12 apostles of Christ. If you know the story, all the other 11 apostles have seen the Christ resurrected and all that, and he was the last one. So he refused to accept until he said, "Show me your wounds in your hands and side as evidence." So I really relate to that. So the soul connection with Catholicism and Christianity is deep and strong, even in this current lifetime. For both Brenda and Robert, I was I was born a Taoist, Buddhist, and then I went to school, La Salle Christian Brothers School, and I really liked the Christianity. I joined the Vanguards, Valen Vanguards, which is a Christian-based youth camp. So that really have a strong impact on me, and I became a born-again Christian when I was 14 years old for about 3-4 years before I joined Brahma Kumaris at the age of 20. So the main purpose of the involvement of Robert with Brahma Kumaris was to observe and study the inner workings of a twin soul in establishing a new religion. Therefore, Robert became the world's second Brahma Kumari in order to be in the upper echelons of BK Foreign Service. So this is a great observation of how twin souls work. That's why I can speak with authority on this subject, and I've known a lot of information for the last 8 years. So a very vital purpose of Twin Souls Robren was to provide a check and balance of Twin Souls religion and their leaders. So that's why Robren witnessed uh, the death of the last chariot of Twin Soul Bapdada on 11 March 2021. In fact, I was the first to write about it. It was not even in the media news. I wrote that there are 9 implications by that. You can check out in the description uh, of the Bapdada, or rather, the death of Gedi Guza is the end of Bapdada, and there are major 9 implications for the Brahma Kumaris. So thank you very much, Whisper Robren. Here's with a big thank you, and I'm a catalyst of change. We provide you the most powerful, game-changing, inspirational media. It's very important to me. I'm humble and grateful to be able to be a part of your journey. We will meet again. This is Robren. Check out our pages, subscribe to the Robren Show, and I'll see you again. So this is an objective review of the 12 facts about Brahma Kumaris. So coming up is the 8 delusions of the Brahma Kumaris. Thank you.